Seems like he likes it. He wants to go to school and all that stuff still, you know, he still wants to go to college, and he's still going to school because he thinks school is the right thing to do. Like in society, school is right, but what is right about going to school? You don't know what you're doing, you're just going because it's gonna make your parents happy. What is right about that and getting yourself in what, 50, 60, 100,000 worth of debt, and you have no idea what you want to do? Like if you want to be a lawyer, you got to go to school. You want to be a doctor? You got to go to school. A nurse? You got to go to school. All right, so like the mortgage, like the way the banks lended money before on mortgages and the way they had it structured, that was the reason the society went in, or like the economy went into a recession. Remember like 08, 09, 2010, like when everyone's like, oh, the world's ending, you know what happened? You remember those days, or you were too young?
No,
you don't know? All right, so shit was really, really, really bad. There was no jobs for anybody. Life was real bad, but it was all because the mortgage lenders were giving out money to people that couldn't afford mortgages. And then you go bankrupt, you can't afford your mortgage, and then boom, now all these people have no way to pay their bills. Then people that were buying things for commercial reasons, they can't afford their shop and their overhead and all that, right? So then the rich people, the 1%, come and they buy it all up, and then everyone else has to become renters because they can't afford to own anything. When the next recession, you can mark my words, will be based on the fact that the schools, because they're giving you $100,000 worth of line of credit to go to school. You don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. You go to school because it's gonna make society, it makes you a better society person, and you're gonna make mom and dad and grandparents happy. But then you're $100,000 worth of debt. Well, if it was making them happy, have them pay the bill, right? But if they're not gonna pay the bill, now you're 100 grand in debt, you get out of school, what are you gonna do? Okay, you go get you a decent job, making 50, 60, even $70,000 a year on average. 70 would even be on the high note, right? And then, so the banks are like, oh, you went to college, you're a college grad, and you got a job, so here's $250,000, go buy yourself a house. Here's $100,000, go buy you and your wife a car. So now you racked up $500,000 worth of debt on $50,000 a year, and you're going, well, I can't afford to eat out. I can't afford to go party with my friends. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go party with your friends, you're gonna eat out, you're gonna buy groceries, you're gonna put your kids in daycare, and then you're gonna flip the bill on your car note or your student loans, or one or the other, or then it becomes all three, and now you're not paying none of your bills. The banks have no more money to lend because they lent it all out, and no one's paying their bills back, and the economy is gonna go boom, 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 just like it did a few years ago. Not just yet, it'll be a few years out because the economy is really good right now, but anytime it's at a really, really high peak, it always starts to fall back down. So mark my words, it's gonna happen. It's all gonna be because of school loans.
Pretty smart.
And like 4 years from now, you're gonna be like, damn, Chance was right. But it's just like the majority of people, it's self-entitled, and I don't even say it's millennials, it's just self-entitled because we're all used to instant gratification. You wanna know something? Boom, pick it up, ask Siri, ask Alexa, ask whoever, and you get an instant answer, right? But so everything we have is instant. And then so all these kids think, oh, I'm gonna be the next Mark Zuckerberg. I'm going to invent Facebook, or the next version of it, right? And I'm gonna be this mega billionaire and all this shit. They see it because it's broadcasted on social media. When Warren Buffett was the richest man alive, even though he's still in the top 5, you didn't really know about it, hear about him unless you read books. Do you know who Warren Buffett is? He owns like Kirby Vacuums. I mean, the dude owns everything, you know?
He's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's one of the, probably the top 3 richest man in the world.
Yep.
Jeff Bezos is
number 1.
Jeff Bezos, he owns Amazon, and they own everything now.
Yep.
I guarantee you, mark my words on this, and I heard this from someone else, Gary Vee, but I really believe it. It's gonna be power moves like this. Like retail stores aren't what they used to be. They're all declining, and they're all starting to get online because the internet is the key to everything now.
Yeah.
And so Facebook is gonna go buy Target or Sears. They're gonna start buying up all the retail stores and incorporating it into like an internet-based company more, and then they're gonna get huge, bigger and bigger and bigger. And then Target won't go away, it'll just get bigger because it's backed by Facebook, right? And that'll be the big player.
Yeah, and then who's gonna be marketing more Target stuff? Facebook. Why? Because they fucking own it.
They own it,
Yep.
yeah. Well, just like Amazon bought Whole Foods, you know? And so Amazon owns Whole Foods, and that's why you can order all your stuff online and all that stuff. And even like H-E-B's made a big trying to keep up. So now you can do H-E-B curbside or H-E-B delivered, you know, with the go-kart and all that stuff. So it's like the internet is the key to it. That's why I'm putting so much attention into getting Ames online, because I want to be ahead of the curve. because the construction industry is like a few years behind all the other industries. Like if you're in retail and you weren't on the line in the past 5 years, you won't be in retail for very long, right? It's gonna plummet. But construction, we're always like a little bit behind. So if I could be the most well-known glass company online, period, not in Austin, not in Texas, period, whole world, most well-known glass company there is. Whether we're the biggest, it doesn't matter. We have the most attention. So then whenever people are going, oh, how do you cut a mirror? And they go to YouTube, whose video pops up? Or they go to Google, whose video, whose account, Ames. And then people just start recognizing when you think of glass, you just think of Ames. It's like hand in hand, peas and carrots, you know what I'm saying? So that's like the whole scheme, but that's a long-term process. It doesn't just happen.